Good morning. Let's go back to the part on Bitcoin prices. What do I think about the market right now? Let's talk about whether we've really hit bottom. Is this pump real or fake? Were we going down? Were we going up? Let's talk about it. So let's start with the bigger picture and look at Bitcoin's share over the long run. We had talked about this amount of volume being around $61,000. If we were to get above that, it would mean that we had really caught shorts and were likely to push on up higher. If that didn't happen, we were looking for around 58 with a 57,000 sweep going all the way down to that level before zooming back up. I'm happy to say that we did go above this amount of volume and the daily EMA. You can see that we were having trouble with this daily EMA, the amount we were having trouble with. The bulls and bears weren't very strong for a couple of days. In the end, it was a pretty even split on the charts, but we have now risen above. The chart makes these 2 points of power very clear. It was nice to get back up from that range, and we're now back at the low point of that range. This is an old sweep level that you can see on the picture. Take away that range. Right now, this is where we're running into trouble. So let's check to see if we can accept back within this area. Let's go ahead and turn this back into support. Then get above the higher level of control points on the right. If this is just a bearish retracement, this is where we want to reject from. This very well could be a bearish retracement. So stay alert in the market and don't just jump in for fear of missing out. Right now, that's not a good idea, especially if you're using leverage. The current lows are not good. And if we look over here at trading light, we can see that there is a lot of selling pressure in the order books right now. There are thousands of Bitcoins stacked on top of each other, making a very tight stack of sell orders. However, when they are this close together, they can become more clear. This could be one person breaking the rules, or it could be fake orders. It hasn't been filled up yet. There is a chance that all of this will end and price will be free to move up again. And in the end, this doesn't change the price around 2000 as much as it could. It's pretty easy to take in Bitcoin. There's no sign there that we're going to fall or anything like that. But there must be something to watch, right? It would be more pessimistic if this was a fake and it was taken down. But if it is real, things are definitely looking worse. You can see that there is some pretty bullish order flow outside of that level. For example, you can see that within this range down here, open interest was rising while CBT was going down, shorts were opening and getting trapped. Then you see open interest that does not reset, which means that as we move up here, the bull starts to step in. You get bullish continuation, you get a quick sweep down here that closes out a lot of those bulls, right? Open interest resets on a price decrease. So that's just longs getting closed out of the market, which is healthy for the uptrend. Then you can see that as we come up here, all of these shorts that were open down here never got closed out of the market. So there are still a lot of shorts trapped right now. This tells me that the top isn't coming in yet, so I would just keep an eye on open interest here if you want to. So yes, it's likely that top will come in. But if shorts keep getting longer like they kind of started to do here, some short sellers have come back into the market. And if we see that price is disrespecting them and open interest has not reset, then I see no reason why price can't keep going up. This could be the low point. We can only respond to the charts though. Personally, I'm not trying to guess that was a low point since there's nothing about it that makes me sure that was the low point. It's possible for us to sweep down at least to 58,000. I mean, these aren't great lows because you don't see that big sweep of cash. On the long term, we don't see a big drop in open interest as we move on to the TPO rounds. This will show us the single print tails that will tell us if it is a good low or not. And it is technically. That's why you see 3 single print tails. Just one print on each TPO profile to say that the profile is time-based and for the daily session. Price didn't want to stay at this level for long, which meant it was a good low. Even though it's not a great low, I would want at least 3 prints to know that it is good. That being said, these lows might actually last. I don't see why you think this needs to be swept. So far, I like what I see on the charts. However, we need to pay attention to the resistance since that's where we are now. Let's check this range to see if we can accept back. I believe that if we can agree with this, we can show that there is support here and start moving back above volume. As soon as we do that, I think we'll go for this bigger high. Yes, once we get another higher high, there will be a full structural change from before with higher highs and higher lows. You will definitely be looking for all-time highs after that structural change takes place. Let's try to get it. We're really getting to the point now. I do believe that things will begin to go crazy during this season. That's already clear. It's interesting that it's not really the altcoin market that could be a red flag, it's more of the joke coins. It could also mean that crypto users are sick of VC pump and dumps and are ready to put their money and risky assets in our attention economy. But we'll wait and see how this goes from now on. But so far, so good. That we are above traffic on Bitcoin is something I really like to see. We can now talk about the traditional finance business. You can see that the SP 500 has also had a nice rise. Once more, though, these lows aren't great. It wouldn't surprise me if this is just a bearish correction and we go down from here. We need to be very careful right now, but if we can break through the all-time highs, the markets will be very happy again, and we are very close to doing that. So we'll keep a close eye on the SP to see what happens. On the whole, the charts don't give us a lot to go on. In the same way, not really with the Russell. Much to say if this is going to actually confirm as a bullish structure, but we are getting right up to this point of control. So as soon as we get through this point of control, flip that into support, you're going to be looking very good. And you would in fact expect after that you would go break all-time highs here on the Russell as well, once again signaling a lot of euphoria into your all-going market especially. But we don't have much confirmation of that yet. Let's see if we can actually confirm above this right now. That is resistance. So resistance is you would have to expect we come down here to at least the value area low. But we'll see how this does play out on the time will tell. And before I do end off the video, I think we should touch on the altcoin market because we are making a very bullish structure here potentially. I had been talking about this $620 billion market cap as the big level we wanted to get flipped into support. That is previous bull market value area low we did in fact failed that level, but not all hope is lost because we came down to big support here of this descending channel's backtest of the topside trend. In other words, this has given us a clear line of defense that could give us the energy to get back above the $620 billion market cap level. And the fact that all coins are at the big support could mean that the low point for our markets is in. It's now or never. What if this is going to be at support? You could say we go down and tap it one more time before going up. I think we have a clear line of support here on the altcoin market. We'll keep a close eye on this then. We should be fine as long as we don't go off track from this, in my opinion. The chart shows that this is clearly a positive correction. This is just another higher low. It looks like altcoin is still going to do very well, even though Bitcoin became a little more popular. Bitcoin's power hasn't reached a new high yet, and there are some red candles here. So there is still a chance. On the Bitcoin power chart, this is your top spot. Also, the altcoin season has begun. That will happen soon, but again, only time will tell. We'll have to wait and see how this plays out on the charts. I don't have enough information to say for sure what will happen here.